everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. In today's pick a card reading, we are looking at the next 3 months. Once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps in the description box below, which will take you directly to your reading. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is also linked below. Please remember that is the only way to book any of my services with me. If anyone ever reaches out to you, just know that that is not me. All right, we're looking at the next 3 months. Can we have a card for group number 1, please? Group number 1, please. Can we have a card for group number 2? And for group number 3, please. Group number 1, you have number 43 and cycle, all moon phases. You also have the Howlite. Group number 2, you have patience, number 6 and new moon. And you also have the zebra Jasper. In group number 3, you have fertility, number 14 and new moon. And you have the angel aura quartz. Please take as long as you need choosing your card or cards. If you're drawn to more than one card, that is perfectly fine, and I'll see you in your readings. Hello, group number 1. You have the Howlite, and your card is cycle and number 43 with all moon phases. The energy that I'm getting from this card is that over the next 3 months, you might be going through a lot of different phases in your life. So I feel certain things are going to be completed, other things are going to be coming to an end. So a difference between completing things and ending things. So completion is, I'm picking up like projects, ideas, goals, things like that, may come to a point of completion, or like completing a certain phase of them. Other things that are ending, I feel things that you have outgrown, things that are no longer serving a purpose in your life could be coming to an end. I feel there's also new beginnings. So I just saw new people coming into your life. So that could be new friends. It could be new environments that you're in. It could be networking for some of you. So really, I feel like there's kind of a lot that's happening for you over the next 3 months. But I do feel like there's expansion. Okay, so I am definitely picking up on expansion. And at the end of all of this that's happening, I feel like there's some sort of either new beginning or progress that is made with where you are. And it's important that as you go through all of these different phases, that you listen to your intuition, that you stay grounded, listen to your intuition, and just know that it's kind of just like the ebb and flow of life that you're going to be going through over the next 3 months. But for some reason, it seems like it's kind of condensed for some reason, and for you, instead of it, you know, maybe going through all of this in 6 months or a year, everything's happening within 3 months for you. So it could definitely be a growth process and learning things and moving on from things and gaining a lot in the process. What else can you tell us for group number 1, please? I feel like you need this one too on top. All right, let's see what we have. This is interesting. So it's number 8, Bobcat Spirit, and life is a mystery. Now, why that is so interesting is because it looks like you're going through many different things over the next 3 months. And so I feel there are some things that are unexpected, but Spirit is saying to have strength and stay focused, because you could end up in a better place than what you initially thought. So I feel like for you, there's going to be some twists and turns that happen over the next 3 months, but ultimately you seem to be landing in a place where it just, in one form or another, it is better than where you started. So some of you are making some significant progress with a goal that you have, or significant progress in, other areas of your life. And then there's like these little things in there that pop up that kind of affect the energies around you. And I keep seeing there's certain people coming into your life. So we'll continue forward and see if I get any significance about what that is. But they seem to have it's like something important is connected with these people is what I'm seeing. Okay, let's see. Okay, Groundhog Spirit, time to let go, and it's number 31. Oh, this is interesting because the groundhog is holding a heart. And it seems like it might be a necklace, because you can see the string down here. And so basically, if you were wearing that, it would be like the heart would be right where your heart is. So it definitely seems like there are some endings that are going to be happening for you over the next 3 months. So, which makes sense because you have cycle here. So that cycle could definitely be, birth, death, rebirth, things like that. So certain things falling away from you, certain things that aren't meant for you anymore, things that you've been holding on to, or things that have been causing stress or chaos in your life. I feel like with this introspection that seems to be going on here, because I'm getting a sense that you might be a little bit isolated for part of the next 3 months, and not like for the whole 3 months, but just in the sense of, and maybe isolation isn't the proper word, but where I see you kind of thinking about things, contemplating things, and, probably looking at things that need to kind of fall out of your life to leave room for new things coming in. So for some of you, because I keep seeing people, it could relate to a job, it could be relating to friends, a romantic relationship, family even, just, it's like a shakeup with certain people in your life. And, there's probably other things that you need to let go of as well. For some of you, it could be just a job, it could be a thought process. So just have patience as you go through the next 3 months. So we have Cat Spirit, number 13, and claim your independence, which is interesting because I saw, remember I said isolation and I was like, no, that's not exactly the right word. But I see you spending time alone, contemplating things, thinking about things. And so I feel like one thing that you're going to achieve or acquire during this 3 months is some sort of independence. So it seems like, definitely because you have time to let go, and then your very next card is claim your independence. So you seem to be letting go of something or breaking chains that were tying you to something. And Spirit is saying that you will know what this is, because I'm seeing it is so completely obvious. It seems impossible to not know what this is that you need to let go of. And so what could be happening with that is right now you might not see what that is, but over the next 3 months you definitely will see what that is. And I feel also that what's happening is you're feeling more comfortable in this independence. You're feeling more comfortable in that kind of solitude that I saw. So feeling very comfortable doing your own thing, kind of being immersed in your thoughts about where you're going, what you want to see happen, things like that. And so Spirit is saying with life is a mystery, try to go with the flow as much as possible over these next 3 months, because things are going to work out to your benefit, but there's certain times throughout these 3 months where it could be a little bumpy. But I mean, that's it. It's not, I'm not seeing that it's unmanageable. Okay. It's definitely manageable. And it's also bringing in expansion. It's like, I keep feeling, healing, expansion, and something that's coming out of this independence. It's like a new opportunity, a new beginning that arrives because of this. Yeah. And also look at how interesting this is. Time to let go. I mean, what? I didn't even notice this earlier. Time to let go is number 31 and claim your independence is number 13. And remember I said just a minute ago how these two are tied together because letting go brings in your independence and this new beginning for you. So definitely this is showing that death and rebirth right here. Yeah, and life is a mystery. It could be something that you're not seeing right now. But when it happens, you're going to know exactly what it is that you need to let go of. What else can you tell us for group number 1? So we have cedar, tree, and wisdom, and number 5. This makes a lot of sense because I feel like you're learning a lot over the next 3 months. And also look at this, how this is next to claim your independence. I feel that, so there's lessons to learn, but within these lessons, you're gaining independence in your, how do I say this? You're learning kind of how to be independent. You're learning to feel comfortable with being independent. And also, I feel like you're looking at things differently. So over these next 3 months, I feel that if you look back at certain things, you're going to see them differently. So for instance, like, let's say that something that you used to enjoy, something you used to enjoy doing, or a person you enjoyed being around, over this next 3 months, you're going to see that situation differently. So you may want different things, you may have different goals, or you could be figuring out how to solve some sort of problem. Definitely, because I feel like answers are coming in for you. You're gaining wisdom, you're gaining insight into something that you previously could not see, especially with this bright light here. It's like, it's almost like, oh, how didn't I see that before? You know, so definitely you're getting downloads that will help you along the way. And there's also some sort of divine order, divine, like the way that the events fall into place. It's almost like one thing after another with all moon phases. It's like it's almost like everything was predetermined, right? And everything is supposed to happen exactly as it happens over the next 3 months. So we have volcano, release, and number 40. Wow, this is very, very powerful. What is happening here? I feel there was a situation in your life that it just wasn't sustainable. And that's probably where that death and rebirth is happening. And it could have something to do with changing your environment, changing the people you're around. Because something about it was very volatile and it doesn't match with your energy. So it's almost like before it got to this point, it possibly did match with your energy, because I feel your energy was different then and the energy of the situation was different then. And then somewhere along the line, some like wrench was thrown in there, or a dynamic was changed, which is this mystery card here. And then it became a situation where everything seemed to change. The energy changed. I feel communication changed. and therefore it just wasn't the same anymore. And I feel that it may take some time to kind of realize that and to figure out, okay, what's going on? Is this fixable? Is it not fixable? And then it's like, okay, something has to change here, because this is a situation that, like, you can't be here forever, right? And so definitely there's a new cycle coming in, and I feel like things calm down for you after this. Let's look at your tarot cards to get some more information. All right, what can you tell us for group number 1, please? Can you tell us what is going on here? It seems to be a bit of a complex situation that group number 1 has going on. Okay. Set those there. You can still see them. The 5 of Swords, drawing a line in the sand. That's this volcano card. In the Wisdom card, you're coming to a point where you're realizing, I can't go on like this. So creating a plan to fix things. And you see how there's 2 people here? That's what I'm saying. I keep seeing there's other people involved in this situation for most of you. Now, for some of you, the people that I'm seeing could just be around this situation, and maybe they're not directly involved, but I would say for the majority of people watching this, it's definitely has to do with people, because I'm seeing something like some sort of relationship. So whether that's employer, employee, friends, romantic, family, any other type of, just general relationship that you could have with somebody, I'm seeing there's some sort of discussions, possibly conflict, but definitely discussions going back and forth. And then I'm seeing other people coming into your life. So anything that may be exiting your life is definitely being replaced by other situations. So, like, let's say your job is no longer working out for you. What I see happening is new opportunities coming in. So like networking opportunities, or, just looking for a new job and meeting people where these other opportunities could be presented, or vice versa. Maybe you own a business and you're looking to replace people. All right, what else do we have here? The Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, so for some of you, this does have something to do with work, but definitely you're being guided in a different direction, where this situation is a place where you should feel safe, you should feel grounded, and you used to, I feel, and then you no longer do. So you're looking for something that is more suitable to where you are right now. Because remember, I said that you've changed throughout the 3 months that we're looking at here. You're seeing things differently. And I feel like there's something about you standing up for yourself, saying, you know what, I deserve better, or that's not what you said it was going to be. Therefore, I'm going to, move on and move into something that's better suited for myself. Because I'm seeing that you're moving with a lot of confidence. And I'm not really feeling like it's a huge tragedy that this particular thing didn't work out. I'm seeing it more as a relief, and it even seems to be amicable, where there doesn't seem to be a lot of animosity or anything like that. It's just kind of like, okay, the situation is not sustainable. I need to make some changes. And then you make those changes, and then everything gets much better for you. So definitely this Knight of Pentacles, there is movement, okay? There's movement after some kind of standstill, where things, it's almost like the quiet before the storm with the release in the volcano here. But the storm, I just feel like it's not as dramatic as what it looks like here. So it could be that you think it's going to be dramatic, but then it's like, oh, okay, well, we just came to a conclusion right here, and then we can both go our separate ways. Something like that. And I feel like there's something else with this Knight of Pentacles. Oh, okay. You're being guided into a new situation, a new beginning. And that's exactly why it's time to let go of something. The Four of Wands. Yeah, because this is your new beginning right here. Okay, this Four of Wands, this is something that's much more stable. So if you see this volcano here, there's a very, very powerful energy that is around the situation. So there's a couple things going on here. I feel that if you were to stay where you were, or where you currently are, whatever it is, there would be animosity that is built, okay? And then it's almost like at that point, then it might not be so amicable if it gets to this point, okay? So that's one thing, but I'm feeling like you're avoiding that because of this Five of Swords card. It's almost like you're calling a truce. You're saying, you know what? You're like both sides of whatever this is are saying, yeah, you're right. Let's just do what we can to get through the rest of this phase that we're in, and then we can go our separate ways. It's, you know, something like that. So the other thing I'm seeing with the volcano and the Four of Wands is that by letting go of something that you have with Groundhog Spirit, it's allowing this great potential for something else to start to evolve. Because I feel like there is incredible potential that is just waiting for you to basically just grasp it and move forward with it. Definitely. And so where you're going, there's a lot of a similar energy as to the energy that you have with this new cycle that you're going to be moving into. There's a lot of growth, and it's very, like, what is the word I'm looking for? Things are very, there's a lot of movement. So movement up. So like there's a lot of increase with whatever this is, like where you're going. The Seven of Pentacles. You definitely need to have patience with the next 3 months because things are taking shape, and it's slowly taking shape. So I feel that there is some sort of surprise that's coming in, but it's actually going to help you with where you're going, because there's a little squirrel here, and I'm feeling like that is the mystery on the Bobcat spirit, where something kind of appears or something gets your attention, and then you start to reevaluate where you are, and then you start to reevaluate where you're going, and maybe changing certain elements with a plan that you had, or maybe developing a whole new plan altogether. The Six of Pentacles. And then what comes in is great balance, because I feel like things become unbalanced for you. There's an imbalance that happens in your life. But do you see what happens here? So very, very quickly, things come back into balance. And I'm seeing that throughout all your cards, even with the Five of Swords energy here. It's like, okay, there's a problem, but we're going to figure it out. You know, I'm going to figure it out. I found a solution. It was very, very easy. So yes, you have a lot of different phases that are happening, a lot of different things happening, and shifts and movement. But at the same time, it seems to be kind of smooth, which is very, very interesting. Definitely interesting. And there's also a sense of healing that comes in, and a sense of grounding that I'm picking up, because things are no longer off balance, you know. And there's also a sense of gratitude. I feel a great sense of gratitude with how situations are handled over the next 3 months. And then we have the Page of Wands. Yeah, do you see here how it's like you're welcoming this change? You're welcoming, I'm hearing, freedom from something that was holding you back before. So it's like you can literally like unleash this, it's almost like creativity, or the ability to freely move around with this independence card that you have with the cat spirit. So it's kind of like if you didn't know something was there before and then you look and you see, oh my gosh, I could have this independence if I just let go of this particular thing over here. And it's like you never thought about it that way before. And so you're like, okay, well, let me just try that. And then you try it. And then all of a sudden, it's like these new pathways open up for you. All right, what else can you tell us? The Chariot. Yeah, so you have new pathways opening up for you as soon as you are released from something that was like holding you back. And with this particular Chariot, there's a child right here. So this is absolutely showing that new beginning that is happening for you. And I feel like it was a lot of work to get here, but at the same time, it wasn't as much work as what you expected, because these two things came together, because we have this kind of a similar energy with the Five of Swords in this particular deck and this Chariot card here, where, I mean, it's a completely different energy, but a similar energy at the same time. And the reason why is because these two energies are completely opposite. So you and this other situation or person, at one time you were very similar, but it's like you grew apart. So let's say that you work for a company, and when you first started working there, you were on the same page as the company. But then as the company grew and expanded, now they have a different vision, and you don't share that same vision anymore. So you're saying, you know what, this isn't working for me anymore. I'm going to give you my notice and I'm going to go look for another job. And they say, okay, I understand that. You know, I'll give you a good reference, things like that. So whatever it is, it's very amicable. And this ending is leading to a new beginning that you didn't see before all of this mystery appeared. So definitely a new opportunity is coming in. The Knight of Swords, yeah. So I feel this is another thing. I don't get any fear with this situation, because you might think that this could be kind of a scary situation, especially with the volcano here, but it's not. I'm just not feeling that, at least not yet. I'm feeling like it's like, oh, okay, well, I guess I just have a new opportunity, so I'm going to just spread my wings and fly and see where it takes me. And so there is a little bit of a sense of, well, I guess I'll kind of figure everything out as I go forward. And I feel that there's a great balance here where you're not afraid to move forward, and you're also not afraid to pause when you need to pause and look at things and reevaluate things. But at the same time, you're kind of looking forward to this new opportunity, this new beginning. And it's all because you're seeing things differently. And I feel that there's some sort of conversation or something that you have with someone that sheds light on a particular area in your life or a situation, or maybe it's just showing that you're kind of communicating with your higher self, with your spirit guides, your intuition, and you're figuring things out. And then it all kind of happens very quickly, where there's a brief period of time where it feels like there's chaos around you, but then all of a sudden it's almost like it's wrapped up in this package, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I guess that settles that. And then you just kind of flow seamlessly into a new beginning. The Two of Wands, yeah. See, you have a decision to make. There's a decision to make going on within these next 3 months. And it has to do with just cycles changing, people changing, atmospheres changing, environments are different. And definitely Spirit says, don't be afraid to take your time making this decision. Look at all aspects of what is going on, because I feel like everything is very receptive. I feel like if you ask the universe for a sign, if you ask the universe for guidance, you're going to get it. I feel if you ask a human for, can we talk about this? What's going on? Can we have a conversation? I feel those people are very receptive. And then I feel also that when you make a decision with this new beginning, that new beginning is very receptive to your energies, and just everything kind of falls in place very, very easily for you. The Queen of Wands. Do you see how you have all of this? It's like a creative energy. There's this independence that you're coming into. So For example, something that I'm seeing here as an example is that some of you may have had a job and then, you know, kind of like I said earlier, something may have changed with this job, or maybe they're closing your department and they're saying, you know, do you want to transfer to another location, or do you want to take a severance package? Something like that, right? This is just an example. It's obviously not going to apply to everybody. And so you have this decision to make. You're looking at your options and you're trying to decide, you know, what should I do? And then, you know, as you're trying to figure this out, you say, well, you know, maybe I should just take the severance package because I can live on that money for a little while, and then maybe I can pursue my own business. Maybe I can make, you know, money for myself. And so you take the severance package and then you start really getting very creative and immersed in something of your own, something that you want to start on your own. And so it's like this life is a mystery. It's like something is happening that's very, very unexpected, which is this mystery. But at the same time, I'm not seeing that it's causing a big stir in your life. What it's actually, it is stirring something in your life. And what it's stirring is positive things, independence, doing things on your own, doing things for yourself, creating something for yourself, a new journey, a new path, something like that. It's a very interesting dynamic. Yeah. So here you have the Six of Cups, and this is very interesting because it's like something that you've always thought about doing, or you've always had this particular thing in your life and you never had the opportunity to pursue it until now. So it's like divine timing with this mystery that's coming into your life. And then everything kind of comes together. There's also a sense of freedom and not being tied down by things that used to tie you down. And not being worried also, because I'm feeling like you just know that everything's going to work out for you. So at first, when everything kind of starts to shift for you, you might be thinking, oh no, what's going on? This is terrible. But then very, very quickly it shifts to, well, wait a minute. Let me think about this a little bit. With this Five of Swords, it's like, well, okay, hold on a minute. Because you can see these people on the Five of Swords, they're actually drawing something in the sand. So it's kind of like you're kicking around ideas in your mind saying, okay, well, what can I do with this circumstance that I didn't know was going to be entering my life? And it brings in a lot of joy into your life, a lot. So definitely this new beginning is very, very positive for you. Wow, this is the Judgment card, and this is what I've been talking about throughout your whole reading. There's something that grabs your attention, something that you didn't see before, or you're seeing things differently now. It just kind of appeared out of the blue. It's a surprise. It's that mystery. And what this is telling you is that it's time to let go of something. It's time for you to be more in control of your life and where you're going. And possibly creating something on your own, because there's a lot of creation, like energy of creation, energy of movement that I'm getting from your cards here. And it does feel like there's a new beginning, kind of starting something from the ground up. But you never, ever would have had this idea if it wasn't for this mystery thing that's happening with the Bobcat spirit. So it's a very, very positive mystery that's coming in here. It's going to really change like the direction and the dynamic of your life. And it's unleashing this very, very powerful creative energy that you have. And when I say creative, that can literally mean something creative or just creating in general. And that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 2. You have the Zebra Jasper, and your card is Patience, number 6, and New Moon. Okay, so the energy I'm getting here is whatever it is that you're wanting to see happen over the next 3 months, it's going to take some time. And Spirit is saying, stay focused and balanced as you wait, and just know that it is going to happen for you. It's just going to take some time, okay? So I feel that you're attracting something or you're manifesting something, and there's like, you're going to get what you want, but in order to get what you want, you have to have patience, because if you're not patient and you bring in kind of all of these negative emotions of anxiety or where is it? Why isn't it here yet? You know, things like that, impatience, then that can kind of skew what's on its way to you. So definitely Spirit is saying, try to keep just going with the flow, keep doing what you're doing. Keep grinding. You know, if you're working hard towards something, just know that your hard work is going to pay off. Okay, so have faith and be strong also, because things are going to work out for you. There's like a new beginning or a new pathway or growth that's coming out, and you will see results. Okay, you will be receiving rewards for something that you're working on, a vision that you have, things that you're manifesting. It will pay off for you. All right, let's see what else we have. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please? Ooh, wow, that was powerful. I feel like that one wants to come out too. All right. Let's look at this one that jumped out. Interesting. This was in the exact same position in group number 1. So it's number 8. Oh, and that's interesting too, because I mentioned being strong over here, and number 8 in the traditional tarot deck is the strength card. So that's very interesting. Life is a mystery. Okay, what this is telling me is that there's something about your situation, like there's a reason why it's going to take as long as it takes. So there could be something like a factor or something that hasn't arrived yet, or something hasn't fully developed over here and you can't see it yet. And you're saying, well, what is taking so long? I'm ready over here, but this thing over here might not be ready. Okay. And so you have to wait for that. Or there could be some interesting twist of fate that's happening behind the scenes where you're actually going to be elevated. You're going to be getting into a much better position if you wait, because there's going to be like a better opportunity that's waiting for you, something like that. Or somebody would notice you and it would open a new pathway that you wouldn't have if you were impatient and you said, just give me anything, let me just get going with this, right? So that's why it's important that you have patience and that you wait for the right opportunity, the right opening, the right situation, you know, whatever it is in your particular case. So we have Ant Spirit number 1 and time to collaborate. Well, this is interesting because this is kind of the example that I just gave, where you could be ready over here, but something over here isn't ready. Or if you accept the very first opportunity that comes in and you know it's not the right opportunity, but you're saying, well, I don't want to wait any longer. Well, then there could be a piece missing, because on here you have these puzzle pieces. So it's very, very interesting what your cards are saying. Your first oracle card up here is life is a mystery. And then here you have the puzzle pieces that are fitting together. So if you rush this process, you could have a missing piece, or you could have the wrong puzzle piece. And could it still work? Could you jam the wrong piece into the wrong, you know, the two wrong pieces together? Yeah, you can, but it's quite obvious that those two pieces don't go together. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because I've done a puzzle before, and you try to just, you know, when you're trying to figure out what piece goes where, and obviously this one doesn't go there, and you can tell. So you can force it together, but it's not going to be the same as if you wait. And definitely time to collaborate. There could be another element, another person, another situation. So this could be a person, or it could be a situation. and experience something like that. And this is exactly what you're waiting for. So yes, it is going to come into your life. Yes, it is meant to be, but Spirit is saying that it would be best for you to have patience and wait for the right people, places, things, and opportunities. Then we have number 12, Canary Spirit, and sing your own song. That's very interesting. So I feel that you need to have perspective on what you want and don't settle for less. There's something I'm picking up about quality and definitely not quantity. It's quality over quantity, but I don't know that the quantity really applies to your situation. I think maybe that was more of a metaphor that came through for quality. Oh, okay. It could also be if you're trying to perfect something, like keep working at it. Don't give up, because all of this time and this effort that you're putting into something is going to pay off for you. And that is why you need to have patience. Definitely. I feel like everything is kind of falling into place for you. It's like all of the energy that you're putting into this, I'm seeing it like accumulating and it's building something. So it's kind of like the puzzle pieces. It's like you're gathering all of the pieces of the puzzle, and you finally have all of the pieces of the puzzle here, but it's going to take some time for you to actually connect the dots and put all of the pieces together. So in the meantime, keep doing what you're doing with the sing your own song, the Canary Spirit. Keep doing what you're doing, stay positive, and just know that you're going to see growth happening at the right time. There's no rushing this process, because if you rush the process, it's not going to be the same. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please? So we have rice, nourishment, and number 31. So definitely, okay, I'm getting a couple things here. Your hard work is going to pay off, okay? You planted the seeds, you're nourishing them. Keep doing that as you're waiting, okay? Over this next 3 months, it's going to pay off for you. There's going to be, at the end of this journey, you're going to have so much abundance coming in, and you're going to be harvesting this crop, so to speak. Because I feel that, I think did I say this earlier, where it feels like you're planting the seeds, right? You're working on something, you're grinding through something, trying to accomplish something. And Spirit is saying, you're going to receive the fruits of your labor. It's absolutely going to pay off. It's just going to take some time to grow this before you can harvest it. So keep making sure that it has the proper elements, right? The proper sun, the proper shade, the proper nutrients for this thing to grow. So, most likely figuratively speaking there, keep nourishing whatever it is that you're working on here. Because I can see over here with patience, you're working on something, you're visualizing something, and it's working. It's just going to take some time. So we have eagle and vision. Exactly. Keep the vision. Oh my gosh, I am just like floored right now because I wonder if you're supposed to listen to pile number 1. Because pile number 1, as I said earlier, had this exact card in the exact position. And somewhere in there, I don't remember which deck it was, but numbers were just like this, only I think they were over here. Because here you have number 31 and here you have number 13. And it was just like that in the other deck. I mean, in group number 1, where the numbers were transposed like this. So very, very interesting. So if if it calls to you to watch group number 1, go ahead and watch it. If not, obviously don't, right? You're getting what you're supposed to hear in this one. So anyway, hold on to your vision. Look at this eagle soaring above here. There's movement, okay? You are moving. You're not standing still. Even though it may feel like it, you're not. Things are actually happening. Things are moving. Things are shifting for you. So just stay focused, stay grounded, keep that vision. Listen to your intuition because you're going to be guided forward. And you're also going to know when a break happens. So when there's a breakthrough or when an opportunity arrives that you should say yes to, it's going to feel right. And there's not going to be any maybe about it. You're going to know, okay, that's what I've been waiting for right there. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please? Group number 2. The Lover's card. Very interesting. So I feel like having patience is a sacrifice that is necessary in order for you to reach your highest potential with this particular situation that you have going on here. So it would be to your highest good for you to have patience and keep looking forward, keep having faith with the situation, knowing that what it is that you're seeking, what you're visualizing, manifesting, all of those things, it is there for you. It's just taking a little bit of time. But when it arrives, it is going to be worth the wait. Absolutely, it's going to be worth it. Everything is going to work out amazingly in your favor. The Ace of Wands, yeah. So you definitely have a new beginning. You have a great idea. You want to pursue something that has great potential, and you're going to get there. But there's certain things, I feel, for some of you, there could be certain things that you need to figure out, because what I'm seeing here is that this is great potential. This is an idea that you have, a journey you want to take, whatever it is for you. And I feel like you want to get over here where these buildings are, but you're not sure how to get there. So for some of you, there might be something you have to figure out, but you're so close. You're really, really so close. So Spirit is saying, don't give up. This is a fantastic idea. It's going to take you, I just heard, further than what you initially thought. And maybe for some of you, maybe you're trying to do this on your own, and Spirit is saying it's time to collaborate. It's time to ask for help, or it's time to get someone's opinion, or it's time to bring somebody into the dynamic of whatever you're working on, because somebody might have a different perspective. Somebody might have a different, something else to contribute to the situation, some other type of skill or knowledge that you don't have. And this could really, really enhance whatever it is that you have going on and could really propel you pretty quickly moving forward. So you don't have to do this all on your own. Okay. And it might be, it depends on your situation. It could be that you're still going to be doing it on your own, but you need to maybe hire somebody for something, or, get some advice from somebody and get someone's perspective on things or something like that. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. So this is interesting because this really corresponds with what I said with the Eagle and Vision card here. You have an idea, you have a goal, and you're actually moving toward your goal. It may not feel like it because you need to have so much patience with this situation, but there is movement. I don't see a blockage. I see that things are a little slow because everything needs to come together in its own time. And you cannot rush that, because if you try to rush that, that's when you try to put the two different puzzle pieces together and it doesn't work. There's a lot of strength here also, a lot of strength with this idea that you have. And I feel like it's gaining momentum also. So you may not feel that right now, but I feel that you will going forward. The Nine of Swords. Have no fear. Oh my gosh, I want to give you a hug right now because I feel there's almost a sense of terror that things aren't going to work out for you because it's taking so long. But it is going to work out. Your greatest fear is not going to happen here, okay? Things are going to work out for you. You are protected. So Spirit is also saying, try to gain control over that doubt that you have and try to turn that into positivity, which I know that's, easier said than done. It's like, oh yeah, right. How do I do that in my current situation? I'm just the messenger, okay? So don't come at me for that. But Spirit is saying that the more grounded you can stay during this process, the more ready you will be when everything starts to fall into place for you. The Queen of Cups. So yeah, you can look at your situation from a different angle, a different perspective, and see how I feel that things can really, really change depending on how you look at things, especially given these two cards up here. Like I was saying earlier, Rice and Nourishment is number 31 and Eagle and Vision is number 13. So if you just shift your perspective a little bit, 13 can look like 31 and 31 can look like 13. And that's what I'm seeing with the Queen of Cups here. She is looking at the cup and examining it. And I'm feeling like this is showing if you have a different perspective from the Nine of Swords, because here the Nine of Swords doesn't even want to look at the situation because this person has their hands up on their eyes and they're not seeing what's really going on here. So if you shift your perspective and look at things like the Queen of Cups, you'll see, you will feel, so you won't exactly see, but you will feel that things are shifting. If you really focus, you get grounded, you tune into your intuition, like you truly tune everything else out and just feel. When you think about what it is that you want and you feel it, you're going to feel it happening. It's just taking its time, okay? You cannot rush the Queen of Cups, okay? The Queen of Cups is going to do things when the Queen of Cups wants to do things. And that is what is happening here. You cannot rush this process, but it is in the making. And here's the Moon card. And this is, oh my gosh, there's so much information here. Okay, so if you see this in the water here, this is taking me back to the Nine of Swords, where these are kind of your thoughts creeping in, saying, oh no, things might not work out, and this doubt is creeping in, which if you let it, this creepy thing here in the water can just take over this whole picture and stifle the energy of what it is that you're trying to create, okay? And there is a mystery here. This is the Moon card, so certain things are mysteriously falling into place, and you cannot control certain things that are falling into place. It's just like you just can't do it. You just have to wait for the universe to allow things to come into place. It's a very interesting dynamic that you have going on here, but there's definitely an ending because you have number 13 right above the Moon card. So what is ending is this mystery, first of all, of when is it going to happen, because you're going to see it happening. But also what is ending is the worry. And, this creepy thing in the water here, which corresponds to the Nine of Swords. So your worry kind of taking over, because I feel like going through this process, it could actually be fun and enjoyable, but it's not going to be if you are stifled with worry. All right, what else? The Page of Swords. Yeah, you have a great idea, but you need to make sure that you are looking at things in the right way and making sure that you are also on top of your game so that you can communicate with other people as you need to, especially with time to collaborate. You want to be able to speak authentically, right, in your authentic voice, singing your own song like the canary spirit here. But you're not going to come across in your authentic voice if you're holding all of this worry and this dread inside your body. So in order for you to speak what you need into the universe, you need to have a clear mind. And so Spirit is saying, just do your best to have patience and do your best to know that everything's going to work out for you. The Strength card, yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Because you do need strength going through this. And number 8 here is number 8 is also the Strength card. So you have the Bobcat Spirit and you have it here on the Strength card. So there's a delicate balance that's at play here, because you have all of this energy that is just sitting there waiting to do its thing, right? And that is what you're trying to create. That is the change that is going to come into your life, but you can't release it right now because it's not the right time. And so it's like, it feels very uncomfortable because you have this, so many things, so many ideas, but you have to kind of balance that out with moving forward with everything at the right time. And I feel that you are going to master this. It is a delicate balance, but you are going to master it. And then once everything locks into place, I feel that things happen very, very quickly for you. Everything moves very quickly and you feel so much better, so much lighter because you're no longer worried. And there's huge success coming in with this new beginning that you have. The Ten of Swords. This is interesting. Okay, this particular Ten of Swords is always very, very interesting to me, and it's fascinating that it came up in your reading. So what is happening here? It looks like everything is kind of coming to, like there's a lot of anxiety here, right? All of these swords are actually piercing the flesh of this person. And it's very, very stressful, a very stressful situation. But this person is just on the phone. Just like, oh, it's okay. Everything's going to work out. And this is exactly what I've been saying to you, what Spirit is showing me. See, Spirit just gave us a visualization of what I was saying earlier, where you have all of this worry. And if you don't control it, this black blob here can come out of the water and take over this whole path that you're going on. But if you have control of things here, that stress and that worry won't affect you and it won't affect your plans. The other thing this is telling me, the Ten of Swords, is that you are very, very close to things coming together for you. So if you can just have a little bit of patience, know that you're moving forward and keep doing what you're doing, everything's going to work out amazingly for you. The Three of Wands. See? The Three of Wands means that you're receiving. This hard work that you've put out into the universe is finally paying off for you. Finally. This person has been standing here. This person is ready. It's like, well, there you are. What took you so long? I feel like that's what you're going to be saying. But it is going to happen. See, before I pulled this Three of Swords, I told you this was going to happen. And then I got the Three of Swords. Okay, so Spirit keeps giving you a visual of what I'm saying. So it's like Spirit is saying, please listen. This is confirmation that things are going to work out for you. You're on the right track. You just need to hang in there for a little bit longer. The Ten of Wands. Yes, this is literally what I just said. You need to hang in there for a little bit longer. Look at how close this person is to crossing the road here and getting to those buildings over here. Now, remember with the Ace of Wands, I talked about the buildings in the distance where you have this great idea, but you kind of need to figure out how to get over here, how to cross that water. And you do figure it out. And yeah, you're tired. You want to give up some days, and then the next day you're, ready to go and keep working on whatever it is that you have going on. And Spirit says, keep that spirit. Don't give up. Keep going. You're going to make it. You're reaching the other side. All right, so let's get your last card. The Ace of Cups. You see, this is your new beginning. This is everything that you've been waiting for. You started your tarot cards with the Lover's card, which is showing that you need to have patience in order for things to come together. And then you're ending it with the Ace of Cups. So you have a lot of protection on this journey. And when you get to the end, your cup is overflowing. Your heart is overflowing. There's a lot of nourishment that's happening here. Remember your nourishment card up here. And you're harvesting. So you're harvesting the crop that you've been growing throughout this whole process. So definitely have patience going forward. Everything that you're wanting is going to come together for you. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 3. You have the Angel Aura Quartz, and your card is Fertility. It's number 14, and it's also the new moon. Okay, so I'm feeling like this is the perfect time for you over the next 3 months to start something new, to start thinking about something that you want to see happen, because I'm seeing that if you're planting the seeds over the next 3 months, things are going to come to fruition. And if you've already planted the seeds, over the next 3 months, you're going to start to see things blossom and bloom for you. And it's literally like you are giving birth to a new cycle in your life. So there's definitely something new that's happening. This new beginning is absolutely on its way to you, and you are on your way to it. It's just things are going to take some time to develop, but they're going to just fall into place perfectly for you. Okay. And I feel also things are going to get easier. So if you need resources or you need certain things to appear to help you along your way, they are going to appear. And so I feel like this new chapter, this new life is starting to take shape for you. And you're really, really going to make some progress over the next 3 months. I'm also hearing that it's time to dream really, really big. Whatever it is that you want to manifest, it's time to call that into your life, because it's like the perfect time. Everything is lining up for you. And for some of you, definitely not all of you, but for some of you, over the next 3 months, you could definitely be conceiving a child or giving birth to a child, something like that. And this is a timeless reading, so it's whenever you're watching this, okay, is when these things can start to, like, you're gonna see things developing from efforts that you've put into something over the next 3 months. And I also feel like things are balancing out for you. So if you've been putting in a tremendous amount of energy and effort into a particular situation and you haven't seen any rewards from that yet, you absolutely will over the next 3 months. What else can you tell us for group number 3? Okay, there's one. What else can you tell us for group number 3? All right, and then you have 2 more. So let's look at this one. You probably saw it. I didn't see it, but okay. So we have Swan Spirit, time for a deep dive, and you have number 60. So I feel that if you don't already know what this new beginning is over here, I feel that it's time for you to literally take a deep dive into, your goals, what it is that you want to see happen in your life. Because this is the perfect time, like I said, for you to think about things, for you to manifest things. Everything is like it's prime time for things to come together. There's something about divine timing happening right now where I feel that anything you put your mind to right now, it's definitely, it has great promise. Ooh. Number 15, cow spirit, the miracles are endless. Isn't this what I just said? Right now, anything that you put your mind to and you put in the effort, okay? It's not just like you're saying, oh yeah, I want this to happen, and then you don't do anything. Like, so thinking about it, manifesting it, putting in that hard work and that effort, the miracles are endless. And didn't I say something about dreaming big? Because I'm feeling like there's something about the energy in your life right now. It's time for you to put fears aside. It's time for you to know that you can accomplish exactly what you want. Exactly what you want. Then we have number 68, wombat spirit and be at home. You know, that's interesting because I'm getting a sense of nesting, like being very, very comfortable, being at home. And I'm also feeling like you want to be at home with where you're going. So you want to be very comfortable. And I'm trying to put this into words, like what I'm feeling, because it's, okay, all these cards are very intricate. They all go together so well. So it's time for a deep dive because I feel that you may want to start and like change something in your life. You want a new foundation or a new cycle or something like that, okay? And Spirit is saying to dig deep. What is it that would make you happy? What is it that if you could do anything, you know, what is it that you would do? What is it that would make you feel comfortable? And Spirit is saying that you can have this. This is a great time for you to start thinking about this and start working toward making that happen. Because you have fertility here. So it's like, it feels like no matter what you put your mind to at this particular time, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you're watching this, it's perfect for you to get started on this new beginning. What else can you tell us? Ooh, you have Owl, Intuition, and number 28. Definitely listen to your intuition. I feel your intuition right now is heightened. I feel like you're being guided in a particular direction. And I also see that there's a different perspective that you will get about your situation or about what you want to see in your life. And that's why you want to do this deep dive. I feel you're getting this different perspective by doing a deep dive into your life, into, you know, are things working in your life? Do you want to change anything in your life? And really pinpointing what all of those things are and what you can do about certain things if you're not happy about certain things. And if you are already working on something, you already know what this is, then I think it's really saying that it's time for you to take a deep dive. It's time for you to believe 100% in every cell in your body that this is going to work out for you, that it's going to happen. I mean, look at here on the cow spirit. There's something about all of these flowers here with miracles are endless, and the flowers on the fertility card that are really standing out to me. I think because there's a similar color, I think it's the yellow, because you have flowers here on the swan spirit, but there's something about these two cards. And so definitely a miracle is more than possible in your life right now. And Spirit is saying, put your fears aside, because there is huge potential for a miracle to be answered in your life, which can create huge, huge change for you, which is going to bring in this great comfort that I felt with the be at home card here. All right, what else do we have? Okay, this is really interesting because so this card was in pile number 1. I think it was in this exact spot, and something very weird like that happened with pile number 2 regarding pile number 1. So I don't know, maybe there's a message in pile number 1 for every single person watching this reading today. So if you're called to pile number 1, go ahead and watch it. If not, obviously just watch this one, but I just wanted to point that out to you because it's very interesting what's going on here. So anyway, back to your reading. This is exactly what can happen here is you go into this deep dive, right? And I feel with deep dive in volcano, what I'm getting with these 2 cards is that deep dive into your spirit, really, really tuning in to knowing and feeling what you want is real. So knowing that it's happening and feeling the energy of what it's going to feel like when it happens. With this volcano card, I feel like this is prime time for you to manifest anything you want. I cannot stress that enough. Spirit is saying, literally, if you put your mind to it and you feel it in your bones, it's going to happen. Yeah, there's no stopping it. Like, there's nothing that can stop this coming into your life. What else can you tell us for group number 3, please? Group number 3. Looking at the next 3 months. The World card, you see, this is so powerful. You have the world in your hand. However, there's something else going on here. All right, so the way that this world here, this person is holding the world, okay, it looks like she's pregnant. And then what do you have here? Okay, it looks like you have the moon up here, which is pregnant and about to give birth to something. And then also here, it's like with the earth, the world, it's almost like it's giving birth to this stream, this pathway here. There is a powerful, powerful new beginning for you. The World card is indicating a new beginning. You're closing one chapter, you're opening a new chapter, something that you've been nourishing is just waiting to be born. It's just waiting. And once you get going with this, it's like there's no stopping it in a very positive way. It's like the momentum gets going and it just flourishes in your life. A huge, huge new transformation is on its way to you. So you have the Justice card, yeah. So there's balance that's coming into your life, okay? Because I feel like this has required a certain amount of patience for you waiting for things. And I feel that there's also some sort of skill that was required here. So that can literally be a skill that you have. Maybe you had to learn something. Maybe you had to get a degree or a certificate with the Justice card here. So maybe you had to become certified in something or something like that. Not for all of you, but I did see it for some of you. And then for others of you, the skill that I'm seeing is just learning how to get everything to flow together, learning how to move forward with things, learning how to be patient and learning how to recognize opportunities when they come into your life, things like that. So that can mean different things for different people. But what's very, very interesting here is you have the stream of water on the World card, and there's also a stream back here on the Justice card. So it feels like the time is in alignment for you with this new beginning, but it could have something to do with signing a contract regarding something. So it could be you find a new job. It could be that you're hiring employees for your business. It could be that you're opening an office for your business. You could be finding a new place to live, buying a home. Some of you could be getting married with the Justice card, especially with the fertility card here. Some of you could be adopting a child, okay? Whatever it is, it's like things are becoming solidified. Because I'm seeing with the Justice card, I'm seeing you signing a paper. So that can be literal or metaphorical. But whatever it is, it's like something is being etched in stone, where before it wasn't necessarily concrete, but now it is becoming concrete. It's becoming a part of your life, and it's becoming something quite tangible in your life. And you're also setting the foundation for huge growth. There's a huge growth potential with whatever this is that you're bringing into your life over the next 3 months. The Devil card, yeah, this makes sense because you're no longer going to be chained to when are things going to happen? Is this going to work? How is this going to work? And also there's something going on here where you're breaking free from a prior cycle that you were in, where I feel now you're in more control. I feel before you had to answer to somebody, or you had to do things a certain way. It seems like it was very structured or something like that. And I feel like you weren't necessarily making the rules, but that's changing. I feel like that role is reversing, where now you're in control and you say what happens. And it's just, what is the word I'm trying to think of? It's very like refreshing. There's another word, but that word came up also. It's so much lighter also. Like there's this weight. Because I'm feeling like it's almost like if you're trying to do work and you have a micro manager for a boss, and they're just like hovering over you, watching what you're doing, which makes you feel very uncomfortable, and then you can't concentrate. So that feeling is being lifted. So that could be literal for some of you. And for others of you, it's just metaphorical, where maybe it's like you have, financial deadlines or something like that, and they're looming over you, and you're being released from that worry, from that fear, that restriction. The Queen of Swords, yes. So this is connected absolutely to the Devil card, to those restrictions that I was just talking about. You're gaining freedom and a sense of independence from those things. Things are making sense. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some form of communication with something regarding this Justice card. So it could be, like I said, signing a contract with someone about something like that. And it's happening in divine time, okay? There's no rushing this process, because if you rush the process, it wouldn't be ready. Something about it wouldn't be prepared. Like, you definitely do not want to give birth to a child too early, because that creates a whole host of complications, right? So you want to make sure that everything happens in the right time. So definitely having patience will help this process. But I feel like you do have patience for the most part. Something about this Devil card makes me feel like there is some sort of urgency to getting something completed. But at the same time, I feel like you have confidence that it will be completed and everything has a solution. It's just that solution needs time to kind of take action. And you have the Temperance card. And again, you have this pathway. See, I love that. You're being guided on the right path. Everything's going to work out perfectly for you. And see, this Temperance card is also what I was talking about, how you can't rush this process, because these two pictures here have the perfect, it's like the perfect chemistry within these two pitchers of water here. And this is a process that you can't rush. It has to be done on its own time. But I feel that along the way, as you're adding elements and you're taking elements away from the situation, you're being guided. You're intuition is getting stronger along the way, and you just intuitively know what will work out in this situation. So if you're adding people, if you're taking people away or adding certain elements, things like that, you're just going to be able to look at it and be like, yes, no, and just know what will work and what won't work. The Eight of Cups. Interesting how I was just talking about what will work and what won't work, and you will know intuitively which one is which, because I'm seeing that here. And there's definitely something going on with the Eight of Cups and the Devil card. So remember what I said earlier about that micromanaging boss who's like hovering over you, or financial deadlines or something like that? So over the next 3 months, you're definitely, I heard the word escape. You're escaping a situation that was putting more and more pressure on you. So this could definitely be a boss. It could be financial constraints. It could be just not knowing how things are going to work out. Maybe you've been hoping to, get a new start with something, and you've been working so hard and it just hasn't happened yet. And you're feeling like, okay, well, I can't keep going on much longer. But at the same time, you have faith that it's going to work out, right? So what's happening is you're walking away from something that was emotionally draining. And so having someone hovering over you when you're trying to work, that's emotionally draining. I can't imagine doing that for too long. And so it just becomes easier. It's like, I can breathe easier. And you see where this person is going? Toward this water. And what is so interesting is that there's a pathway that the water creates down here, and it goes over here, all the way over here on this card. And what do you have in so many of your cards? You have that pathway of water, okay? And then this pathway here is leading to the water. So it's very interesting. You're being guided somewhere into, for this new beginning. So you have the Two of Swords. Yeah, okay. This is what I was saying when you can't rush this process. And you may come upon delays in this process over the next 3 months. And I just heard 2 months. So for some of you, delays might happen within a 2-month period. Not that it's going to be delayed for 2 months, but it seems like there's an important decision that you might need to make somewhere in this process. And definitely take your time making this decision. It is very important that you understand all of the aspects of every single option that you have going forward. You want to make sure that you look at things from all angles, that you know what you're getting into, you know what you're looking for also, right? That's why you have to take time for a deep dive. So definitely take a time out. Don't be afraid to really, really dig deep into your soul, into things that you want to see happen. Because doing that, you're going to find answers that you would not have found if you didn't do that. And I feel that is connected to this new path for you. So if things have been kind of delayed or slow moving, if you really dive deep into the situation and figure out, is something missing? Is there something that I need to change? Things like that, those kind of questions. Then I feel that these answers are really going to present themselves to you. Because there's birds flying right here in the distance. And so I feel like answers are on their way to you. Solutions are on their way to you. Miracles are on their way to you. So whatever was once holding you back and looming over you, you're finding the answers to fix that, remove it, replace it, whatever it is for you. And you become more comfortable. Okay, be at home. Remember I was talking about how something feels comfortable, and something is very uncomfortable with this Devil card. So I feel that things are switching here. The Six of Cups. Things are coming together for you. Something that you've been wishing for and hoping for, this miracle okay, the miracle card, things are coming into balance for you. The miracle is happening for you over the next 3 months. Things are blossoming, things are blooming, things are more colorful, things are easier. There's a flow, like there's a certain flow. And there's also a sense of everything lining up for you. There's energy where point A to point B, you now see an energetic field between those two things. And on your way from point A to point B, there becomes an energetic field between point B and point C. And so on your way, you start to see that, and so on and so forth. The Page of Cups, yeah. Something is coming into alignment. This is that miracle. This is a surprise. Something is happening for you where you're getting some sort of clarification. You're getting clarity, some kind of communication. And I feel that this Page of Cups is connected to the Devil card. And I feel like it's going to feel like a miracle when you break free from the Devil card. And this is it right here. This is your breaking free card, this Page of Cups. This is what gets you onto the other side. And it also seems to be connected to you releasing your full potential, because like this situation with the Devil card, you cannot reach your full potential here because it's so restrictive, and it's like someone's like dictating to you what you need to do here. So for instance, this is just an example, but what I'm seeing, so that same example where you have this micromanaging boss who's like staring at you all day long, making sure you're doing things correctly, which actually makes you do things wrong sometimes because you're so nervous and just kind of out of your element because someone's staring at you, and it's just not what most people need to thrive. And so it's almost like if you just say, oh my gosh, I can't do this anymore. And this miracle happens where you can leave your job and you can start your own business where you're free to do things as you want, okay? And it just lifts that restriction. So it feels like something like that is happening. That's just an example, but hopefully you can relate that to your own situation. But it seems like something surprising happens to flip things for you. The Four of Pentacles, yeah. So I feel that you're definitely on the road to something that's very, very productive. You're building something, and I feel that you're building something almost kind of from nothing. It's like you created the seeds. You planted the seeds. You watched the seeds, sprout from the soil, and it's like you've really taken a lot of care with something. And I feel like up until this point, it felt like it was going along at a snail's pace. However, you were making progress. You just couldn't quite see what was kind of being created behind the scenes. But it's definitely an idea that you have, some sort of movement, new beginning that you want to see in your life, which you're absolutely starting to see. Things are starting to come together for you. You're feeling more comfortable. You're going to start feeling more stable, especially financially. If you have anything going on with finances, you're going to be feeling much better in that department. And slowly but surely, you're going to start to see this progress. And I feel like you're never going to want to leave this new situation. It's literally night and day from something that you were dealing with before. The Page of Pentacles, yeah. This could definitely have something to do with a new job, new career, moving somewhere, feeling more grounded, feeling more like yourself. So it seems like where you were before, something about it was uncomfortable. It's like you weren't yourself. You weren't even, so either you weren't living to your fullest potential, to your highest potential, or you had to act a certain way. and it was very limiting, and it just wasn't you. You couldn't be yourself. And so over the next 3 months with this new opportunity, something that you're creating, you feel like you can express yourself. You can do things your way. There's a sense of freedom. There's a sense of movement. Whereas before it was very restrictive. You didn't have, like, you couldn't move around as you saw fit. So with these pentacles here, it could be a new job, like you're moving somewhere new, you're creating something. But I feel ultimately you're basically creating a new environment for yourself where you're going to feel very comfortable. And so, that could mean a lot of different things for your particular situation. I'm sure the possibilities are endless here because this is a general reading. But the takeaway is that this is something that is yours, something that nobody can take away from you, and something that you're going to continue to grow as time goes on. All right, your last card. Oh my gosh, you have the Wheel of Fortune for your last card. I love that for you. Look at this. You start with the World and you end with the Wheel of Fortune. So taking steps forward for this new beginning is going to work out amazing for you. You have the Wheel of Fortune and you have the miracles are endless with the cow spirit. Really, truly, this is the time to manifest and visualize, because I'm seeing that it's like somehow multiplied. What you want is multiplied. It's bigger. It's better than what you expected. And there's huge emotional fulfillment. There's grounding and balance. And I feel everything just kind of falls into place and you feel so comfortable, so much at home, where it's like you never want to leave the situation. It's very, very fulfilling. And that is your reading for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching.